Okay, welcome back everyone to part 5 of the career mode series here on F1 2019. We're here around Spain. Here's Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for practice 1, which I will not show again. They're all done. The weather is again clear, so nothing too special on all of this. The only thing that I probably will do is I'll probably have to take some kind of engine penalty, well, gearbox penalties, because this gearbox is very worn. I do not really want to be taking penalties around Monaco. So okay, here we are in qualifying 1. So this is my first lap in qualifying. Stay to the left of the side on entry for turn 1. Make sure to stay off that curb through turn 2, it will kill you. Then turn 3 is a very long right hander. Go a little bit wide, it's very easy to run out wide. Let's get up on the curb on entry through turn 4. Another long right hander on exit there. Still I think part of turn 4. Downhill braking into turn 5 I think that is, and then get a good exit. Use all the curb you can really, it's probably the best thing to do. Very bumpy through here, and now up to the blind right of turn 9. This is here. You can get very aggressive through there, but make sure you're not overly aggressive because it's a little bit bumpy and very easy to lose the car. Then went very wide into there, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Just got to mount this curb or else you're going to lose it. And then flying up through here, we now have to go easy on the brakes through here, and it makes sure to get a nice run. It's all about flowing through this area here. Again, get a nice run through the final corner here all the way to the line. Here it doesn't seem like a terrible lap. It's a 1:19.6, which is good enough for second, but obviously people haven't set lap times, so hopefully that'll be enough to see us through to Q2. And it has, so we are into Q2, so I will see you then. As we cross the line, that is our first lap in Q2, 1:19.4. We've improved by 2 tenths, but I reckon we'll have to improve on that if we want to get through. Here we go, and this time for our second lap in qualifying 2. Because we're in 7th, but we definitely need to improve on that lap time, because I reckon the lap time is going to come tumbling down. So nice and solid for the first 2 corners. Very easy to mess it up now. It's coming through turn 4 again. We're a little bit wide, not the worst thing in the world, just as long as you don't run off onto that grass or gravel, then you're fine. Not the best through there, but we've still got a decent enough exit to start gaining time. So we probably will improve on this lap through here. Actually get a nice exit, which is what we got. We're actually improving quite a bit. Very nice through turn 9. So we're just over 2 tenths up. It should be enough to see us through if we can just keep the lap going. Very nice through there, we absolutely nailed it. Mount the curb again. Try and keep it as tight to that curb as you can, really, without really clipping it, because that's not what you want. And nice and easy through here. Don't mount any of these curbs too much, or else your cars will get thrown all over the place. Now through the final corner. Not the best final sector, wasn't terrible though. And so there we go, that is good enough for P7. So, yep, we're through into Q3, which is good, but obviously we will have to start on used tyres, that means, but it's not the end of the world. Here we go then. I've already set a lap in this session, but it was with used tyres. It was very slow, as you can see I'm dead last. It was more just a bit of a banker lap really, didn't really mean too much as now. If I remember, I did actually set an alright first sector on them worn tyres, but it wasn't amazing. It's certainly been improved with fresh tyres, but this hasn't been a very good first sector at all really. Been very scruffy. Very under aggressive through there, but we did get a nice exit out, but it was still barely improved compared to with the used tyres. We certainly get a little bit more out of this car I reckon, but having said that, we are now 2 tenths up pretty much on that other lap time, and that's very nice through there. I've carried a bit more speed compared to the other times. Didn't carry too much speed through there, but I still gained a bit. Now I'm just over 3 tenths up through here. When you're on slightly newer tyres, you can be a little bit more aggressive on the brakes, and as you can see, I got a very nice exit, but we've made a mess of that completely. That whole area there we've just made a mess of, but we still gained time because, of course, brand new tyres are much quicker than used. As coming through here, we've had a nice run. We've actually gained a lot of time in that final sector, which is going to put us at 7.5 tenths up as we cross the line. 7 3/4 in the end. It's good enough. That's 7th place. That's very, very good, to be fair. I think can't really complain with that. It's best of the rest in this McLaren. Probably where the car should be.
Complete. Let's review our top 3 today. Hamilton, Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Okay, it's just before we go into the race. There is 2 things I have to do. This gearbox here is, well, I have to complete 2 more races with it, and with it being at 72%, I don't think that's going to happen. And I'd much rather take gearbox penalties around this track compared to the next track, which is Monaco, because Monaco is a pain to overtake. It's very hard, more likely to crash, and you want to be high up on the qualifying, because if I was to take a new gearbox, it would result in a penalty. So basically, if I was to take one now, then I'll probably get grid penalty, but I'm more likely to overtake and make up for the penalties that I get. So that's why I'm probably going to take one here, which would give me just a grid drop penalty. I don't know how far, maybe 10, maybe 5, I don't know. So we get that, and then also I'll put this ICE back in for Monaco because straight line speed isn't as important. But if I'm trying to overtake, I want a nice fresh ICE, and I've accidentally still got my new turbo in that I put in for Baku, but I can put this one back in for Monaco. It's not really an issue. So anyway, let's go into the race.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91, or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Let's talk about the Iceman. As with all the drivers at this level, they have a lot of ambition, but Formula One's a daunting step up from any other series, so expectations are high right from the start.
That's right, it is a difficult environment to come into. In junior categories, you're competing against drivers with similar levels of experience, but some of these guys in Formula One have been there for over a decade. But I have to say, in this case, it's so far so good.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Perez, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Grosjean, and Kevin Magnussen. Bottas, they've taken a grid penalty. Iceman, Pierre Gasly, and Ricciardo, Stroll, Kvyat, Antonio Giovinazzi, and George Russell. Kubica and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
We're going to need you to push hard if you want to get another points finish. Let's make it happen.
It's just another standard strategy, standard amount of fuel, everything in that sense. I think I'll probably stick with this original strategy. I could change it in the race if I don't feel like it, but yeah, let's go. I think it's good. Here we go then. And we are underway here in Spain. Had actually a very, very nice getaway compared to Bottas alongside us. He took grid penalties as well, as you would have seen at the grid at the start. And now going through to, we've actually got very little on the brake. It's actually just dived up the inside, but we're not going to be able to get anything there. That would have been very ambitious, to say the least. Is I think we're just going to be sticking with our position for now. Magnussen's got it all wrong through there. We might be able to have a look up his inside. He covers it off. We're going to be out, his friend is outside, but yeah, not going to be able to make a move yet. And we'll just have to wait maybe for a bit longer. We are actually, no, we've gone for it. We've absolutely sent it around this outside. That is a very, very clean move. Up at 11th then. Now at the end of the first lap, starting lap 2, positions all the same. Nothing too crazy. A little bit of a gap in front of us. I was battling with Magnussen, and then dirty air through that final sector wasn't fun. Bottas has passed Grosjean. We've almost lost the car. We've clipped that curb. That curb's a killer on the inside of turn 2, which is why I said we've got all 4 wheels off the track through there. Very, very wide into a different part of the racetrack altogether, I think that was. But gaining on Grosjean quite a bit here actually, but to be honest, these tyres aren't feeling too great all the time. I always seem to lose time at the start of the race just because of the tyres, which is really not ideal, but we are gaining on him a bit here, but I think we're just going to be too far back, and I think the best thing for us to do is just to dive into the pits as soon as we can, and then go mediums to hards instead of mediums to mediums. Here we are then, start of lap 4, end of lap 3, however you really think of it. We are in the pits for a fresh set of mediums. And we'll see how long we can take these for. The longer the better really, but if we start to get held at by other people or just by the tyres degrading, then we can pit again for some hards a little bit sooner and just try and save them a bit, but at the moment it seems okay. And we've just got to try and push as much as we can really, but also we don't want to over push and absolutely kill these tyres. So for now I think we're doing a decent job in this race. Hopefully we can undercut a few people and get up into the points as soon as we can. And advancing now 3 laps later onto lap 7, we have got Hulkenberg in front of us, who has just come out of the pits. My teammate Carlos Sainz has now got into the pits, so we're probably going to jump him because we're quite close, which is good because he was in front of us if I'm not mistaken. There's now going through the final corner, a long right hander, open the DRS, can we gain on Hulkenberg? Here we go, just about gaining on him, slowly but surely. Here we go, round his outside into turn 1, late enough on the brakes, missed the curb, and there we go, there's the position up into 17th, which sounds really bad, but obviously a lot of cars in front of us have not pitted yet. As diving into the pits, they're at the end of lap 10 here. This could be interesting because obviously we could undercut a lot of people, but these tyres are going to have to be saved because otherwise they're going to be rewarded at the end. Alright, so we're exiting the pits now. We just got to try and save them but push at the same time, but there was a lot of cars in that battle for sort of 16th or so, and I think this undercut should be effective. Now advancing all the way to lap 16, we've caught up to a few of the cars in front after they pitted. These are the guys that one stopped, or are one stopping should I say. And now we've got Ricardo in front of us, so hopefully we can pass them as soon as we can, because we have got, I think these are fresher, or no they're not, but hards always feel quite good around sort of 15-20%, which is roughly what my tyres are at now. But we're going to fly around this outside, late on the brakes. This car feels very good under braking, and Jeff actually saying something good for once, you know, he said that I made it look easy, and I think I did, to be fair. But anyway, we just need to try and catch up to Kvyat in the Toro Rosso in front, and Gasly's in front of him. Hopefully we can get both of them, we'll see. Depends how much speed this car can have. Now advancing on to lap 18 here, we're actually going to go for it here on Kvyat. We've had a very nice run. We're going to try and do exactly what we just did to Ricardo. This could be a little bit more interesting though. Got to give him a lot of space on that inside. There's no grip there, but I think we have managed to get past him with relative ease in the end. Just had to be careful. Now on to lap 24 then. As Jeff says, we're finally in the top 10 because people have pitted, so that'll give us 1 point if everything stayed like this. But we got Verstappen in front of us who's come out the pits. As you can see, we've gained a lot of time on all these people because we pitted so early. But we're going to lose a lot of time at the end because my tyres are going to be dead. Probably, we'll see. As you can see, I'm just checking it, about 50% the rears. I didn't check it too well, but Verstappen has to get past Stroll as soon as he can. That should help us out too. Here we go then, on lap 27 now. Verstappen's gaining on Stroll. Stroll goes defensive. and Verstappen's going to fly around his outside, better brakes on that Red Bull car, and he's up into 8th, and Stroll's down to 9th. Now, in a lap later, we've had a nice run. Now, we're going to be going at Stroll. Can we go steal 9th? Make Stroll lose 2 places in 2 laps? I think we can, as we're going to cruise around his outside late enough on the brakes. And there we go, nice solid move. And now we see try and chase down Gasly in the final 5 laps here. Here we go then. On lap 29, let's see how much speed this car has at a straight line. We're actually gaining on this Toro Rosso massively here. Can we sweep around his outside? Under braking. We haven't gone too late on the brakes. We're going to have to be a little bit aggressive. We've almost sort of pushed him out of the way in a way, but we still left him just about enough space to make the corner. My tyres are 61%. They are gone at this point. Now advancing on to the final lap has been a lonely few laps. We have Perez actually closing up quite quickly to us at the end, but not really a threat, as Lewis Hamilton wins the race. We got on the gravel for some reason, but Lewis Hamilton has won the Grand Prix, and then I think, looking on the map, that's Charles Leclerc in 2nd, Bottas in 3rd, Vettel in 4th, and then it's going to be Verstappen, Magnussen, Grosjean, me, Perez, and the final podium at the moment. So the final points finish at the moment, I think, belongs to Gasly. So that's a good result for him, because that Toro Rosso car has not looked good as of late, really. As we're going to round the final 2 corners now down the final corner to take a very decent P8, really, considering we took grid penalties. And the strategy was a bit of a weird one. But anyway, P8, I'm happy with that.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. Well, Ants, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Alright
One
then,
of your
so
rivals has also been invited to a historical
what
event.
we've got, debrief
This could
and
be a good
crap.
opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
So that was a nice result in P8. I'm happy with that, but we just still have a bit of work to do car upgrading wise, because we are still behind that Racing Point and the Haas, and pretty much on par with the Renault. If you look, we just haven't progressed at all, really. So I think instead of doing a bit of durability for a bit, let's start to upgrade the car a bit more. So
What do you think of this one?
what else to do? Chassis. What about the aero? Aero and chassis were basically just as good as each other, so let's just do the chassis. Actually bring some upgrades to next race weekend. This will put us back sort of tied up with Racing Point, I guess, and Haas. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video and this series so far, please remember to smash the hell out of the like button, subscribe for more content like this in the future. We've got Monaco next, racing around the Principality, should be a lot of fun, and I will see you next time.